fellas? It's your boy Dark coming to you from the cave, man. So today we're gonna do a little video. I haven't done videos like on gun stuff or sights or anything like that in a long time. I've been sticking to my trucking videos, but today we're gonna do a little video on how to change the sights on the Glock 26, which is the same goes for any Glock. And other pistols have different methods because depending on how the sights are. But as far as Glocks, we're gonna go and get it done. So for the Glock, all we need is a little tool like this. This is actually like a little Glock tool to remove the front sight, which I've already actually removed the front sight. Here it is right here. We had one of these just regular fiber optic sights, you know, and there's a little, you can see a little octagonal type screw there. And, you know, it just goes right on there. You know, and the way you do, you'll disassemble the pistol, remove your slide, and from the bottom, right up in here, you just take the tool, remove the screw, and the front sight should come right out. Now you got rid of the pry, and it pries right out. Remember to put the screw back on because it's real small, and it can get lost. So right now we got the rear sight on here, which I already actually started moving. You can see it's pushed over, but I just had to make a video on this. So the rear sight is also just has two green inserts of some of that like fiber optic stuff. So this doesn't glow in the dark. There's no tritium. And I just put these on there for now because I used to have excess big dots on these and I sold those big dots and I removed them, but I have ordered the new excess sights. They're not the big dots. I ordered the excess, I forgot what they're called, 48 or something like that. I don't remember exactly the name of them, but I ordered the new excess sights, which have the 3-dot system. It has the notch in the back and it has the orange dot in the front, which does the same thing basically, but they're real good, accurate sights. So we're gonna put those on the Glock 26. So let's go ahead and remove these off here. Let's show you what I'm gonna use. So I use this kit right here from Vism. I got this kit years ago. Maybe 3-4 years ago I got it. And it was, and what we have in here is just a sight remover tool. This is basically the main tool. It has like a little Allen thing right here to make adjustment on the thing. And then it has these little things here. For certain type of pistols, you'll have to like, spacers and stuff. This is the only spacer that I use, which is the one up here, which is for the slide. And I will show you guys now. We're gonna set it up. Let's remove this rear sight on camera. So it does have a thing right here. Let me see if I can get it to zoom in. So if you look closely, it says right here, muzzle. So basically the muzzle it has an arrow showing you to the muzzle of the gun is gonna be facing that way. It has a little thing here, it says oil, some new instructions. And guys, if you don't know, the muzzle is this end. It's the end the bullet comes out. I know you guys that know what you're doing, you're like, oh, we don't need to know that. But there's people out there that don't know. So the muzzle end of the gun is this end right here. So the arrow is pointing that way, so you want the muzzle facing that way. So let's go ahead and get this rear sight removed. Enough chit-chatting, let's set this up. So we're gonna first get the adjustment done. So we're gonna twist this up. We're gonna get this out of the way. So let me see if I can zoom this down smaller. No, I cannot. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up. Real easy, simple system, and it's very, very effective. This wheel down here goes up or down, so you can adjust for the height of slides. Some slides are bigger than others. And now with the muzzle, see the arrow, muzzle pointing forward. I'm gonna slide it in from the back like this. The muzzle's pointing forward, as you can see right there. And we're just gonna adjust it. I'm gonna bring these forward to the side, we're gonna bring these in. We're gonna lock it in from the side first. The sides already have some little cushions on there, so you don't have to put no spacers. But in the front, for this right here, what you want to do, because some sides are bigger than others, for Glocks, the little skinny one, you just slide it. You just literally slide it right up in there and go down with it, and it's just to give that extra spacer. And you lock it in real nice like that. So now we have it. You want to make sure that it's nice and straight. Put a little push up. So now we got the muzzle locked in from the top, nice and tight. From the side, nice and tight. So now all we're going to do, now I'm going to switch it around. Remember, there's no barrel, there's no gun. So all you safety Nazis, I'm not putting a gun on myself. So now all we're going to do, I'm going to put it so you can see it actually moving in real life. So you can see that I've already started. Let me see. I start to move it going this way. So we're gonna continue on going that way. So that way we just turn and you can see it in live time, how easy it removes these sides. So you See, now obviously you do have to put a little bit of elbow grease in there, but it turns easy. And you can see how easy it just slides out. Makes removing sights real easy. And this is not only a sight remover, it's also, you can use it to install rear sights as well. Remember, with Glocks, you don't need to use it on the front sight. Now, some pistols, like Smith & Wesson M&Ps, believe PX4 Storm, 6 hours. Mostly all pistols also slide, the front sight slides out as well. Most pistols are like that. Glocks have the little screw, which I think it will be better when they slide. So here you go, you can see it sliding, and we already almost got it out. It's already loosened up, basically coming out with no effort. And this sight will be out in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. All right. So we see our Vism pusher is all the way at the end. So what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna release on the sides. We're gonna release on the top. We'll remove that little spacer, put it back where it goes so it doesn't get lost. And we'll remove our slide. And look at that. The slide is now sightless and the sight stays right here, and you can just remove it. So here is the rear sight. So this sight for the Glock, you can see it has like a little thing, and it's dirty because you always want to use red Loctite. Some people use the blue stuff, but I like to use the red Loctite when I'm installing sights. That's that red residue you see on there. That just secures it locked in. So Glock sights literally just push in or push out. Now, if you don't have a sight tool, you'll have to use like a dent puller. Like if you're gonna put it in, you'll start it up like that and stick it in the machine and vice versa. Then you just push it into where you want it. Now to get it perfectly centered, you'll have to play with it. I'll use like, I have this kit right here, which is a brass kit set. And so like I'll use something like this, which this is the one that I use the most. You can see it's all dinked up. So this is brass. This will not damage your steel sights. This dinks before your steel sights does. So this will take the blunt for it, but it will move your sights to get it where you want it to go. And I use a hammer like this with a brass end, which won't dent your slide or your sights. You can see all these up. And then you also have a plastic end. You don't want to use a hammer like this one because this is a steel hammer. This will dink your slide or your sights. You want to get yourself one of these hammers. They cost like $10, $15 on eBay or Amazon. And these are for like specifically made for like moving sights and stuff like that, working on slides so that you don't damage your slide. Because like I said, this is just brass or something. I think it's brass what it's called. So it's very soft. It'll dent before it'll damage a steel slide. And this side's plastic. It's good for bagging like little cotter pins and stuff like that in, and the little pins, little roll pins and stuff like that. So I'll be using that later once I'm installing this sight, and I will install the sight on video. I'll show you guys as I install it again. This is the one I use the most. You can see it's all mashed up, but I do have other ones here in case I gotta get in there. I got thinner ones and I'm punching little roll pins out, and I got even thinner ones. So these kits, you can get all these things on Amazon or eBay. While I'm at it, guys, let me show you guys. This is the gun oil that I use right here. I use this Lucas Extreme Duty gun oil right here. I'm gonna tell you guys, this stuff is freaking amazing. It's just awesome. I also have the Lucas CLP. If you're just on the range, just give it a quick spray and you're good to go. This stuff, you spray your slide on the inside with this and you're good to go, man. This stuff is good for like, you can use it to, you can use it to clean and lubricate at the same time. So this COP stuff is good. So the Lucas products, man, it's what I've been using. I really like it a lot. And also, you always want to have some of this stuff right here, which is just, literally, it's just marine grease. I got the red one, there's blue ones. I got the marine grease. You always want to put a little dab of that stuff on the slide, like right up in there, just to give it a little that because that stuff will burn out. That grease will last. So anyway, guys, we're not gonna make this video too long. We got our front sights removed right here, which don't have no tritium, but I will keep these sights because you never know. Someone might need some sights. I've given out multiple sights out to people. I'm always giving things away, and someone might come through here that has a pistol, or I might get a pistol that needs a sight, and I'll have these sights there as spares. Remember, guys, the front Glocks have a screw. When you remove the screw, make sure before you do anything else, you put the screw back on and give it a little tight, because those things get lost. They're tiny. They're known for hitting the floor and disappearing into another universe. So that's what it is, guys. I'll show you guys. Here's a frame of my Glock 26. I love my little Glock 26. The stipple job is done by me. I have the Apex trigger right here in anodized red. I got the red pin kit right there. And on the slide, you can see I have the red 3%er little back plate on there. This is my spare one. I have a 3%er as well with the extra extension here for the finger, because Glock 26 is short. When you got a bigger hand, you know, that gives you that pinky space. I also have another magazine that's over there that has another 3%er without this plate on there, which is how I carry it. So, all right, guys. So we're talking sights here. The Vism right here, the Vism sight pusher is amazing. It is amazing. So once I get the sight in, which should be coming in the mail sometime today, we'll record of me installing that one. All right, guys. So this video is gonna be pretty long, but it's a sight install tool. It's a sight install video on a Glock 26 in case somebody wants to see it done. This tool, I think I paid like 40 bucks, 30 or 40 bucks about 3 or 4 years ago, and I bought this on eBay. You can probably get them cheaper now, but this is a great tool to have if you're removing a lot of sights. And it has holes right here, so you can like mount it down. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't want to mount it down because I like to, you know, move my stuff around. And guys, you know, this is, you know, every gun owner should have a little setup like right here. I got my sight tool, and let me show you guys. I have my press right here where I make my ammo. You can see over there, I'm in the process of making ammo. That's where the gunpowder goes. So we're gonna start doing more videos. We're gonna get back into the firearm stuff as well. I'm gonna start making more videos of reloading and stuff. So that's what it is, fellas. Vism sight tool remover and installer for slide-in sights, and I'll show you guys the rest of the video once the sight comes in. I'll catch you on that. Now we got the sights removed from the slide, so you can see this residue left over here, and I'm gonna show you guys how I clean that on my Glock. So I'll use just some WD-40. You can use some of that CLP stuff as well, but I like to use the WD-40 because it kind of like has the cleaning and lubricating properties in. So just a little spray on there, and I use a wire brush made out of brass. My brass wire brush is not here right now. I have it in the other safe with all my rifles and stuff. So I'm gonna be using this thing, which is to clean the insides of my shotgun. So we're gonna use this because it's brass. Remember, brass doesn't damage steel. So we sprayed it on there, and all we're gonna do is we're just gonna hit it with it. We're gonna hit it. You'll see it changing colors, like a gold color, and it'll do that because it's the brass. You know what I'm saying? Against the steel. But we'll just hit it up real good. You know, just try to remove most of that stuff that was on there. Again, you know, the brass wire is not gonna damage your slide. You know, the finish, you might get a little things here and there on this finish, but guns are not so, it don't matter how guns look as long as they function. So I'd rather have a gun that might have a little bit of brushes on there, but know that I cleaned the area good so that my sight takes on good. So you see, I'll take a color like that because cleaning with a brush, a little handy dandy towel. But then when you wipe it down with the towel, look at that, guys, nice and clean. So now you got a nice clean surface. You can still see like the shadow of the sight because it was on there for a long time. But this is clean and ready to go. Clean. Repeat the same process in the bottom. So the bottom, I'll just spray a little bit in there. We'll just spray a little bit in there. And because this is like a cone, that's why I like to use this for the Glock sights. I'll just stick it up in there and just turn. And just turn. Stick it in and just turn this thing. You know, just give it a decent little cleaning, you know. Like I said, you want to clean those areas good because you are going to be coming with some new Loctite, and you want that stuff to stick real good. And here's a little brush that I have that's just a plastic brush. This is usually a gun brush. I have brushes that are like this that have brass wires like this, but like I said, it's not here right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and clean it up. We're going to wipe this thing down, and we'll pretty much, let's do the rear. Do a little spray on the rear. We're gonna take the wire brush again and the rear. You can just run it back and forth. This. Back and forth. most of the stuff's in on site, so it's pretty much done. We actually have the rear pretty cleaned out. Actually looks real good. All right, so here we go, fellas. Nice cleaned out, ready for the new sight install. Look at the front, nice and clean. Nice and clean. So now we're just waiting for the new sight to come in, and we'll install that, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip as I install the... All right, fellas, the sights have come in. Here they are right here. XS sights, tritium night sights, and they're actually called the XS 3-dot night sights. You know, they're real famous for the XS big dots, which is just like the open, like the open upside down triangle with the big ball that you just put the ball on there and boom. I have that on all my pistols. I love those sights, but this is for the Glock 26, and we're gonna go with these from XS sights. And I actually was gonna go get some red Loctite. I thought I had some around here, but I couldn't find them. And it's been a while since I put sights on my gun. So I forgot that when you buy XS sights, they always send you a little tube of some red Loctite, which is highly recommended when you do sights. So let's open this up and see what's in here. Let's pry this up. So you get, you know, like a little thank you thing from XS sights. You know, they want you to review them. That's nice. And look what we got in here. A sample of the Lucas gun oil, which that's the stuff that I already use. I showed you guys that. I'll show it to you guys again. Here's the actual, you know, little thing. I get it in my gun club, and I also have the big spray COP from Lucas. Good stuff, man. I highly recommend that stuff for gun oil and for cleaning. So if they send you samples, you can never have enough. That's good. And then XS always sends you like a little template, basically, you know, showing what they look like and stuff like that. They have like the sight features and stuff like that. I know the XS would tell you, they actually brought instructions of how to use them, but real cool. And these are all the Glocks that it fits on right here. You can see the numbers right there. So XS sights. We did go with the orange ones, so let's check them out. All right, let's get this red Loctite. This is the stuff that XS sends is real good stuff too, man. That stuff is hard. All right, man. So what do we have here? We have the rear sight, which is just a blacked out rear with the tritium insert. So at night, you know, this will light up green. Blacked out rear, which is actually good because you'll just be focusing on the orange ball. So there it is. XS big dot is known for the big balls. This would be like the size of a standard big dot, because they also have a standard dot for people that don't like the big golf ball. This would be like the standard size, which is what I chose to go to with the Glock 26, and I went with the orange. Now that orange paint luminesces as well in like light, and then it also has a little white dot. You see, it's a tritium insert, so at nighttime it glows green. You'll see 3 green dots. Real nice, real nice the little XS logo on the side. And again, we have the little octagonal little screw, which we have to be very careful with. So this sight from XS, usually they'll have, when they'll slide on, they'll have a screw where you tighten it to like tighten it in place. These actually probably go on tight because they have no set screws at all, which is weird. XS sights always has set screws. These have no set screws. So I guess these literally just slide on. Let's see how they go onto the slide. I'm pretty sure these are gonna go on real tight because they don't have no set screws. Oh yeah, these definitely gotta be put on by a side pusher. So we're just gonna go ahead and push these in and we'll get that done. So let's do that right here on live video. So let's get our, you know, we're gonna get our thing right here, our side pusher from Vism. Again, the arrow muzzle to the front. So let's open this up and we're gonna bring this, we're gonna bring this over because we're gonna be pushing it on. So we gotta give it some space to go on there. And we'll turn this wheel down to get the slide on there. All right, so we got this set. We have this thing right here. Let's set this camera. We have this set right here. Let me get out the spacer that I'm gonna be using, which is a flat spacer. We're gonna go ahead and get this knife out of the way, make some room. All right, cool. So, right, Loctite. Just pop this off. It's already be open. And what I like to do is that I'll line the inside right here on both ends. Just enough, you know, just to lock in that area right there. You know, you lock that in. So we'll do it to both sides. And then I'll kind of just like scribble it on there. So we're going to be pushing these sides from my right side over. So they'll be sliding in like so. So what we'll do is that we'll set a little bit more of Loctite on this end right here. And they'll just push over with the sights. Again, you don't, you know, you can be generous with this stuff because you're gonna wipe it down anyway once it's done. And what I'll do is I'll put a little bit here. I'll just do a little line on the actual sights on both sides, just to lock it in there, you know, get it everywhere. And I'll put it in the bottom as well. I'll just kind of like smear it on there, like that. That's good right there. So now, all we gotta do now is we're gonna get it started with our hands. We'll just pry it in there, kind of like that. Now we're gonna set up our slide. We have to bring this over some. We actually gotta bring this over some. We have to bring this over some to get it ready. So let's go ahead and bring this over some. We need to give it some space so that the slide can actually go up in there. Let's close this up for a second. All right, so what we're gonna do is that we'll lower this wheel as well. Actually, we gotta raise it up a little bit. All right, so right here we have it set. I'm gonna go ahead and lock this in place. Let's lock this side in place. And let's get our little plate that we put here in the front. We're gonna get that plate that we put in the front right here. You don't wanna press it too tight against a piece that moves. You wanna leave a little space so that it will actually move. We're gonna pull it up from the front to make sure that it's down. Press, get it real nice and tight. So now we have our sight there and our sight's ready to push. We're gonna flip this around like I did last time so that you guys can see it being pushed over. So now we're pushing this way. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get the sight pushed on the slide so you guys can see how convenient this thing is and how the sight just gets pushed in. Again, if I had this bolted down, it would be a lot easier, but I like to move my thing around, so I don't like to bolt it down. So I have to put some elbow grease in here because it is pretty tight. Gotta say, this little thing moves out again, so you'll be able to turn it easy. So these sights are going in tight. It makes sense because they don't have set screws. Usually they'll have some set screws to help you out, but we'll get these things in there. It's tough because I just want to do it like this so you guys can see it sliding. Slides in there. I might have to use my right hand. I'm right-handed, guys, so sorry, guys. Let me just get this in there. And okay, so it's this way. I'm right-handed. I gotta use my right hand, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Gotta use the right hand, man. And wow, these sights are tough. These are going in there real tight. Sometimes you have to sand them down a little bit to get them in. We're gonna just get them in there because I know they're gonna go in there. They're made for this. It will go in there. We just have to put a little bit of elbow grease on there. You know, again, if this thing was bolted down, it would be a lot easier. But it's not bolted down, so let's flip this back around. Wow, that's tough. Might have to use a screwdriver. Let's use our heads. Let's use this. Let's see if this is gonna give us make it a little easier, maybe. And that's probably gonna be a little bit. Actually, an adjustable wrench would do the trick. And I know that I have one around here. I have one right here. Let's work the smart ways. If something's being tough, try to make it easy. So let's turn it back around this way, just so we get that into some more. So now we have the adjustable wrench, and that's making it a lot easier, making life a lot easier. Making life a lot easier. Yes, sir. Slowly but surely, we're getting our sights pushed in there. And that's what we want. All right, so let's back this out a little bit. Because I think I see what the problem is here. So we have to raise this slide up just a little more. It's just not high enough. So we're gonna have to raise this up some. I just noticed that right now. I literally just noticed that we gotta raise this up some. So, and actually, just smartest thing to do to be to roll this back. Like I said, guys, you have to play with this stuff because this stuff is tricky. But we do have to raise this up a little higher because we wanted to push on the side right there. The way I had it, it wasn't pushing on the side. It was actually pushing on the top part, and we don't want that. We do not want it pushing like that. We want it to push as far low as it can go, you know. A lot of guys don't recommend using these to put them on just for removing, but I like to put them on. Usually they'll put them on tapping. I mean, I'll always tap it in there with my punches, but let's, just for the sake of the video, we're gonna try to push it on there. So here we go, let's continue on. Oh yeah, that's definitely working a lot better now. We had to bring that wheel up some, and now it's definitely moving a lot better now. So, all right, Vism. Like I said, the things are not, and look, I'm so glad, you see, you're catching me making a mistake that I've used this so many times. Again, I haven't used the machine in almost 3 years, but you saw me make a mistake. I wasn't paying attention, and the pusher was on the, you know, these sides kind of have like a slant, and the pusher was on the slant part, which was like making it harder. But now when I adjusted myself, let's show you guys. Now you see that the pusher is actually pushing on the side of the side. It was pushing on this little top piece right here, which was making it harder. And you got to see on live, while I'm doing it live, that, you know, it was giving me trouble. But once I got that adjusted, you know, let's go ahead and finish it like this. Once I got that adjusted, it started going pretty well. So we're gonna go ahead and keep on pushing. Again, I'm using this because it's just easier, gives you a better thing. Make sure the slide is nice and straight. All right. We have the sights almost fully in. Again, once we get it in there, we are gonna want to adjust the slide that it's nice and straight. So it's almost in now. Let's give it a couple more pushes. Yeah, we pretty much got the slide. So I'm gonna release this for a second. Just so I can get the slide on there straight. Because you can see the slide is kind of at a slant from all the pressures. And that'll happen. Let's go ahead and release this one. This one right here got tight. Let's release this one. Let's release it. Wow, that sucker's on there. That sucker is on there. There we go. All right. So let's get this slide perfectly straight before we continue. Take a look right here. All right. Let's tighten up right there. Let's get this put back here in the front. And I know the video's kind of long, guys, but you know, we're doing this live here. I'm actually gonna have it face me now so I can see it lining up because we're getting real close to where I'm gonna have to now, you know, just kind of like eyeball it to where I feel like it's in the center. So here we go. We have it almost where I want it. And I'm gonna do it by sight for now, and then I'll just tap it in to finish it up. So we're almost, I would say that is a little bit, we got a little bit more to go. Let's see here. And maybe 1 or 2 more turns should do the trick. All right, let's see. All right, that looks pretty centered right there. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it right there, and we'll finish it off with the punch set. We'll finish it off. So that's that. And this side been locking in, boy. This side's not playing. This side has been locking in, boy. This side wants to lock in. All right, let's remove a slide. Okay, so I dropped that piece, and that's what I'm saying. Those pieces can get lost real easy. So we're gonna move the Vism side to side. Thank you to the Vism side. And you can see now we have our sights installed in our pistol. We're gonna get our little rag here. We're gonna wipe off the excess that came out And there's actually some stuff. Let's open up my little karambit knife here. There's some stuff that came out. This is just stuff. Look at this. This is stuff that was still in there from the old slide. Hard shit that the slide actually pushed in. So that tells you how tight the tolerances are, like how tight they go on there. That it pushed all that old stuff, which we thought we had cleaned out. Nope, there was still some stuff in there. So what we do now is, I'm gonna clean this off as good as I can. And then from here on, it's just eyeing it. You eye it and you look at it. You wanna look at the little notches. See this little notch here and here? You wanna look at it where you can see it can still go a little bit more this way. And that right there, I'll have to put it on my vise. And then what I'll use is, I'll use this right here with my hammer. And what I'll do is that, so let me look at it again. So I need it to go this way some more. So what I'll do is I'll tap it from this side gently, pop, pop, until I get it where I want it. I don't need to do a video. You guys get the gist of what I got to do now. It's just about a matter of tapping it into the center. Again, guys, always use a brass punch when you're dealing with knife size. I also have punches up here. Let me show you guys. I do have steel punches up there on the little magnet strip. This is my wall, by the way, guys. This tool, guys, is real important to the fixer. It's to remove Glock mags, like to clean Glock mags, remove the plate. But this is my little setup right here, guys. So, but when you're dealing with slides and you're dealing with knife sights, you want to have a brass punch set, which I always keep separate from my steel punch set. And this is what I'm going to use to finish up the job. And then I'll catch you guys. I'll show you guys what it's like once it's done. I wasn't going to show this, but I figured, you know what the hell? I might as well just record it. The video's already pretty long. I don't really like doing long videos like that. But this video, it's informative. It's informative. I know a lot of you guys are professional gunsmith and you know how to put sights, but there are actually people out there that do not know how to install a sight. And they probably don't have easy access to a gunsmith. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's fortunate to live near gun stores or places where you can get to. So what I recommend is getting a towel and placing it on the vise so that you don't stick your slide right in there, so it doesn't mar your slide, because this is a steel, vise. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna vise up the slide like that. Now I'm not saying to crush it, just enough to hold it in place. Hold it in place as we tap it to where we wanna have it. Let me see if this light actually has batteries on it. Great if I can use it. And it does. So let's throw on, I'm about to throw on my crazy light that I have here, which I like to use when I'm doing things like this. Now let me go ahead and grab this Loctite. I'm actually gonna put a little bit more on this end right here. Right there. So now I said that I wanna tap it this way, just a smidget. So we're gonna give it a little love tap. Like that. And you go watching it, you just eyeball it. So you have it where you want it. You can go back and forth as you like until you feel that you got it where you want it to be, guys. Right there is pretty close. Give it another little tap. I pretty much think have it where I want to have it. All right, fellas, so we got the rear sight installed. I'm happy with it. Again, we just have to clean out that's some of the brass from when I was punching it, but let me see if I can get a close up where you guys can see it focused. You can see the notch on this side, notch on this side. See it from the back. Looks pretty straight to me. So we're gonna go ahead now and install the front side. I wanted to show you guys, this is the other mag, the one that I actually carry with the pistol. It matches with the back plate. Real awesome little mag. And again, this is the spare mag, which has no bullets in it. I was using it with the little finger thing. All right, guys. So now it's time to use the Glock tool. It's weird because Exercise, now that I remember, in the past always sent Loctite, red Loctite, and they always sent a little Glock tool, a little cheap looking one, a little short one about this short. It's all aluminum. They didn't send it this time. I guess, you gotta get that on your own. Good thing I have one here. I do have one here, and all it is a little octagonal little thing. That's perfect for the screw right here. So here's the sight. Let's go ahead and get the screw removed from here. Gently. Remember, these screws love to warp until the dimensions if you drop them. So let's be very careful. Let's drop it right there. Look at the size of this thing, guys. I'm not playing when I'm telling you that it's tiny. So let's set it right here. So here's our sight, and you can see the sight has like a little notch in the bottom. Again, guys, I'm going into detail because there's guys that are going to be doing this video and they don't want a little 2-minute, 3-minute video. They want to see details of how it's done. So the knot, it should fall right into place. You can see, I'll just set it in so you can see. Boom, it goes right in, and that's what it'll look like right there. But before we do that, what I always do is that I'll take my red Loctite that's provided by Excess, thank you, and let's put this here so you guys can see what I do. There's a little screw right there, and what I'll do is I'll just take this and I'll drop a dot right on, like, just a little dab right on the screw. Now, what that dab does is that when you put the screw on, it screws on, and then what I'll do is I'll take the front sight and I'll just dab some on the bottom of it so it'll make a seal. It'll seal to the slide. Okay, kind of like that. Just dab it on there. And now we just set it onto the slide. We'll just set it onto the slide. Set it onto the slide like that. You're gonna hold, so then we're gonna take the little screw. Actually, I should have put this on here before I dab the glue on there. I'll dab a little bit more because I had to grab a screw. So yep, my mistake there. Always put it on the little tool first and then dab the screw. So then what you wanna do is that you wanna put your index finger or some finger, hold it in place because it can't fall out, and you can see the hole in there. And then all you do is you're just gonna tilt the slide sideways, like so. Let me turn on my light so I can see. If you have one of these lights, it'll be very, very helpful because it lets you look in this. So let's go ahead and line this up. And Houston, we have a landing. Don't tighten it right away. Once you got it, let's turn this off. I don't need this no more. Let's take this light off. We don't need a nerd light anymore. Once we got the screw on there, don't tighten it all the way because you want to make sure that, because this has play. So you want to make sure that it's straight. You know, you want to make sure that you got it nice and straight where you want it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hold it in place, then you'll go ahead and then you'll hit it. Now, a little tight is all you need. Remember, it has Loctite in there. See, me right here, I feel like it's a little bit crooked, so I'm going to go ahead and loosen it. I'll go ahead and loosen it a little bit because I want this to be nice and straight. Because once that Loctite dries in there, peace to the gods. That's there to stay. In this case, I'm going to have to thumb it right here on one side as I tighten it to make sure that it stays put. And you don't want to tighten it too much, but you don't want to leave it too loose. I have seen Glock lights fly off the front sights at the range. I've seen that happen like twice, and it happens. So, all right, guys, we have our Excess sight. You can see our little logo right there. I don't know how good you can focus on it, but it doesn't want to focus. But we got the Excess logo on the side, the front side. I really like that. You know, I really, really like that. And it also has it right in the front. Can't really see it, but it is what it is. But look at the side picture. Look at that dot, how bright that orange is. And nighttime, you know, that stuff lights up real nice. Oh yeah, I'm gonna love these sights. I'm actually gonna probably hit the range later on tonight. It's Sunday. I'll probably have to wait till I get back from the road. I'm leaving to the road tomorrow. I am a trucker, guys. So guys, yes, I haven't made videos in a long, long time, but we're gonna start doing little gun stuff, whatever I can do. Today we did a sight video, and that's what it is, guys. Thank you for watching. Oh, guys, before we end the video, I forgot to tell you, take your Loctite and you want to just run it around the edges right here like this, the front side. You want to run it all the way around the edges like this. You don't have to. I like to do this because to me, it'll seep in the little crevices and it'll seal it up. Because once this shit dries, it's dry. I'll do the same thing on the side. I'll dab it in there like this. I'll dab it in there like that on both sides. It's fluid, it's liquid. So at the end of the day, it'll seep in there and it will lock it in, especially in the back. It has like a little gap in the back. So all the way around. And what we'll do is that we'll let it sit there. And let me see if I have some alcohol back here. And actually, I do not. Oh, actually, I do have alcohol back here. Oh, there go the cans. So I do have some alcohol, and I also have a piece of napkin. Let me show you why. All right, everything just fell over there. That's how it is in the cave. So what I'll do is that I'll take some alcohol, pour it on a napkin, all right, like that. And then I just wipe off the excess. I wipe off the excess, you know, the red stuff, the Loctite. I just wipe off the excess. That's all you need to do. Remember, you don't want to put it wet with alcohol. You want to use alcohol, but you want to like not too wet because it'll just remove the Loctite. But you basically just want to remove the excess because once you pour it in there, it seeps into the nooks and crannies. And once that stuff dries, you have a good, nicely locked in sight that's not going to be going nowhere. Real happy with the way this turned out. I'm actually, this is the first time I buy it. I know that Access has had these sights out for a while, these 3-dot sights. I was never a fan of them. I had never bought them before. This is the first time that I bought them. This is a Glock 26, and the big dot sights work great. It worked great with it. I had big dots on here, like I said in the beginning of the video, but I sold them, and they worked great. I just didn't really carry the 26 that much, but I recently decided that I'm gonna start carrying this 26. So I had those cheap sights on there, and I wanted to upgrade the sights. I was gonna get some big dots, but I said, you know what the hell? Let me try those XS 3-dot sights and see what they're like. I'm glad it did because I really like the side picture, and it looks like it's gonna work out well for me. So just cleaning out the excess red stuff because that stuff's gonna dry up, and that stuff dries hard, as you can see when I was removing it at the beginning of the video. So we're just gonna pick it up out of there. You know, make sure that it's nice and clean. There it is. Let's put the gun back together, but not before we throw some of this Lucas on there. We just run it on the side right here. So I'll do it. I'll put a little drop there. I'll put a little line right here. A little drop right there. And then what we'll do is on the barrel, we'll do a little dap right here as well. A little bit right here. Wherever it makes contact, you know, you put a little bit. And then I just put some on the barrel, and I'll just, you know what I'm saying, get it ready. Then what we'll do is that we'll slide this barrel in there. Guys, once you put the sights on, you do not want to go to the range. I always say let it sit for at least 24 hours. That's why I cannot go to the range today. I think with like 4 hours, you'll be good, but I recommend 24 hours. So I probably won't hit the range till I get back from the road. So we got to slide back in there, nice connected. And on the gun, remember the red stuff I told you guys about? I always have a toothpick in here. So I'll take this red stuff, and what I'll do with that red stuff is I'll put a little bit where the slide contacts with this. Just put a little bit right there. And then on the slide itself, I like to just goober a little bit in the back like that. Like kind of like that. I just goober some on there. And again, it has that Lucas, but this stuff right here, as I slide it on, it'll go all over the slide, and this grease is a little bit thicker, so when it's getting hot, when you're actually shooting it, it'll spread through the whole slide, and this stuff doesn't burn out easy like regular, even though that Lucas stuff has proven to work real well. All right, let's move it to the side. All right, let's put our slide back on our pistol. Cycle it a couple times. Let's lock it back. You can see we have some of the gooey stuff there. We just wipe it off. Wipe it off. Okay. Wipe it off. Wipe down let's get our handy dandy rag. Let the gun clean. All right, fellas. So that's it. That's your boy Darkel's Glock 26. You see with the back right there. Look at that sight picture now. Now we got some nice night sights. When it's dark, you'll have tritium night sights. During the day, you have a nice bright orange dot. Again, there's no ammo in here. You can see right through. No ammo, it's clear. So clear, it's already been pulled clear. So you see a real nice picture. Guys don't like guns being pointed at the camera. Safety Nazis, but that's what it is. The ammo is here. And I will put it in there. I won't hammer it, but out just so you guys can see what it looks like with the little red mag. So this is how I carry it. This is how I carry my pistol. And again, let's remove this. Let's Make sure there's no brass in there. Don't just look, always look for brass. It is clear. So there it is, my Glock 26. XS 3-dot sights. Really liking them. Really liking them. This piece is ready to go. Thank you guys for watching the video. I know it was pretty long, very informative. That's what it is. It's your boy Darkel. If you like the video, thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. It's all good. It's all love. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.